Greetings YouTube, that is a Pro Hammer training bat, but it's 140 bucks and I am not willing to pay 140 bucks. Someday I'm hoping to own one, but right now is not that day. However, I kind of like the idea of the overall shape, so I thought, well, what can I do that's kind of a similar vibe? Then it occurred to me, this is essentially a bar mace, though a bar mace would have more than 2 bars. So I thought, well, why don't I take a bat, which I've got this one, nice one here. It's an aluminum T-ball bat, I believe. Yeah, it says T-ball right there. That's why I believe that. And I'm going to take this material here, which is got a channel in it, so that I can put this easily onto a, the barrel of a round object without any difficulty. I've already got the lines laid out because I'm going to cut these to be right down the middle. It's going to make 6-inch pieces, and I'll set them in slightly. I'd like to save as much of that logo as I can. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I'll try. I may just be able to save the words, because I got 4 of these on there. I think it may obscure the whole lot of thing, but I'm going to try. I'm going to use this threaded rod right here. That pencil is just there to hold the bat from rolling over. I got a jar full of nuts, which I picked up at a really cheap. So I think these are also really cheap from a yard sale or an estate sale or something. This I paid $1 for. This I think was salvage, so it cost me nothing. And the threaded rod is salvage. So this is a low cost project right in house. I have all these things in my house. I didn't have to go out and find anything. And there's my phone going off. So this should be a pretty quick project, and I did this intentionally because the last 2 projects I did were the Tiger Bat and the Viper's Kiss, which were very complex. They were multiple week projects. This should be a 1 afternoon project without any difficulty. So I'm going to cut this up, deburr it and everything. Then I'm going to put 4 holes in this, boom, 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 and I'm going to have to stagger them slightly because I need to get the 4 holes to miss each other. So my goal is to lay this out so I've got 2 going this way, and then 2 going at the bottom of it. So I'm going to have to lay that out like that so that they just pass each other in the inside of the bat. Because this isn't long enough to really... This bat is not big enough, and nor is my piece, to get 4 holes in each one. If I had 4, I could do, I could kind of jog, do 2. If I had 4, I could do like that, and then like that. I don't have that option with the 3. So I'm going to have to try to aim to get at the outside on one set, and then on the outside of the other set like that. So there might be a little bit of layout on that one. We'll see. I'll be using my measuring instruments and try to get this as accurate as I can. That will be spiffy keen. But drilling this shouldn't be too difficult. It's aluminum, it's hollow. I have a V-block for my channel lock, from a V-channel for my drill, so that'll help me get it centered for the holes and everything. So that should not be a difficult thing to do, I'm hoping. Hope. So the first thing I need is put some safety gear on and cut this along those black lines and get this thing set up. I'm probably just going to use my angle grinder. It's a little more, I have more control with it than I do with the chop saw, and the blade's a little thinner, so I waste less material. So yeah, that's what I'll probably do. Just boom, 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 and then I'll have a little piece left over for something else, maybe a bracket or something, and then we'll start working on laying that out. So here I had the first 2 holes drilled, and I cut myself spaces of 3/8 inch rod. This is 3/8 by 16 thread, so I could do the dry fit, so that I could then figure out how I wanted to get the other 2 pieces on there. And having done the dry fit, I realized I would completely obscure this logo, and I'm already going to obscure it quite a bit because I had initially set it up so that it came to here, but it's not completely obscured. Also, with just the 2 pieces, it's got a really nice weight. Seriously, it has a really nice weight to it. And I am hesitant to make it twice as heavy, because I think, this is a 2-handed weapon for me right now. If I were going to put 2 more pieces on here, it would just be too much. Again, as I've said in the past, I'd be gilding the lily. I'd be going over the top. I've done that before, so I'm going to be on the conservative side here. So I think I'm just going to go with the 2 pieces. Now, I don't know if you can see that in there, but you can see that a bat is not thick. You know what I mean? That's like an 1/8 inch wall. That is not a thick piece of aluminum. You know, I don't know how many people have ever looked at the thickness of an aluminum bat, but yeah, the wall on an aluminum bat is not thick. So those two holes, these pieces, and I'm just going to bolt this puppy together and see how it looks. Now again, this is a low entry project. This is not a project that's going to take a lot of effort or tools. I could have done this with clamps, a hand drill, and an angle grinder. That's it. So this is a kind of a project that a person that's just getting involved in making their own kind of post-apocalyptic vibes, they want to make some stuff just for fun. This is a low entry kind of a thing. Very approachable. Again, 2 holes, and if you're careful, you can drill 2 holes like that. And there is no reason you cannot rig up something like this, which is not overly expensive. I think this was in the $20 range, I think. I'm not positive. It's an aluminum V channel. Just look on YouTube. I mean, on YouTube. Look on Amazon. It's where I found mine. But you could clamp that down or bolt that down to a railing, and you've instantaneously got a much better way of securing a tubular object. And they make rigs for holding power drills that turn them into little portable drill presses, and some of them are designed specifically for drilling through tubes, and those again are less expensive than a full-blown drill press. So these projects can be quite approachable. I know that I've encountered people who are like, oh, that's really cool, but I couldn't do something like that. Yeah, you could. There's absolutely nothing stopping you. Seriously, just go get some basic tools, poke around at yard sales, find yourself some cheap stuff, try it out and see if you like it, and then at a later date you can get yourself some better quality tools. I mean, if you find out you use an angle grinder 3 times a year, the one you picked up at the yard sale for $5 could take care of you for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? I have multiple of them, and so because I use angle grinders more, and I have a drill press and things like that, so because I do stuff like this more than a lot of people do. Admittedly, this is a strange hobby, but it's my hobby. So this is going to be, the next step is the assembly, and then I'll show off the device at the end. Here is the finished product. It's very simple, straightforward, and it's got a really nice feel to it. And yeah, you got a little bit of edge alignment concept. You kind of, if you want to strike with these heads, you're going to have to make sure you're holding the bat in the right way. But let's face it, if you're using a wooden bat, you're making sure you got the right spot facing the ball anyway. So people using baseball bats are already used to the concept that they're going to be making sure they have the bat in the right grip. So, not a real stretch. Obviously, an aluminum bat, that's not a problem, but still, it's a very simple concept. Yeah, so I am very happy with this. This came out very nicely. It was a simple, fast project. Again, I could have done this in cut in 2 pieces and 2 holes and then 2 rods, and I'm done. You could also use bolts if you wanted to. I just happen to like the look of the threaded rod with the nuts on either end, and I had it for free. So there you go. Now I've still got these 2 pieces left over. I'm sure I'll find something to do with those. I don't know what yet, but they were just sitting around. I hadn't really had a project for these things yet, so no big loss. I've had these things for a couple of years now, I think. I picked them up by somebody, into somebody's driveway. They were just getting rid of some stuff, so I brought that with me, and now I turned it into something fun and dangerous. Alright, so now I'm going to go outside, take some stills, and then post this stuff on the DeviantArt and Instagram, as well as this video going up on YouTube. And if you don't follow me in DeviantArt and Instagram, you should. My DeviantArt page is where I store all the permanent images of my builds, and Instagram has both my bargains I find, the salvages I find, cute cat pictures, things like that. So it's just a gloriously fun time. Alrighty, so thank you for being here for this build, and I hope that you will be here for the next.